In this video, I'm going to show you how to speed up and improve your AI code editing workflow with this one simple online tool. Hi, I'm Ed Zinda, and this is What the Funk. AI coding assistants are pretty magical. They help speed up development by allowing you to offload all the boring, monotonous, boilerplate stuff that you would otherwise try to dump on some poor, unsuspecting junior developer. And this is great because it can allow you to tackle the more interesting problems in your applications. Now, if you're like me, you might like coding with brand new, shiny libraries and frameworks as they come out. Now, this is cool, except that you can't dump any of this stuff onto your AI copilot because the AI copilot usually has a training cutoff date. And that cutoff date most likely didn't include the library that came out last week. So in order to give your AI copilot some context, you've likely copied and pasted some examples from this library's documentation website, or gone to their GitHub repo and copied and pasted some different code snippets from the actual source code. And this works, but it's actually a bit time consuming. And isn't the whole point of having an AI copilot to save time and code more efficiently? Wouldn't it be great to just take an entire GitHub repo and dump it into a single file that you can pass to your copilot, and then they'll automatically know how to use this brand new library? Well, you're in luck because recently I've stumbled upon an online tool called Git Ingest. And Git Ingest is a tool that allows you to pass in the URL of any GitHub repo. It will go ahead and automatically go through every file in that repo and then dump that content into a single file, which you can then pass on to your AI copilot, like Cursor or Aider or Klein. So here we are on the main page, and we can try one of these example repositories real quick. Let's go ahead and click on Flask, and then click Ingest. And so you can see here, it's taken the directory structure and the file contents and put them all into a single file. And then it went ahead and tells us how many tokens are in this file. So this is like 227,000 tokens. That's a little bit above the limit for Claude 3.5 Sonnet. But if you wanted to throw this into Gemini 2.0, you would probably be able to do that. One thing you can do with this tool is set the file size limit so you can restrict files above a certain size, and you can also exclude certain files. So if we look at this directory structure, I don't know, maybe this tutorial directory, we can go ahead and exclude anything under the tutorial directory and go ahead and shrink this token size here. One other cool thing you can do, let's go ahead and copy this URL, paste it into the URL bar. And so if we go to the main GitHub website, we can see all the files like normal. But say we're just browsing through GitHub and we found a project that we want to use in Git Ingest. All we simply need to do is change github.com to gitingest.com. And we'll go ahead and pull in that repo just as if you had added it to the search bar up here. And so that's a quick and easy way to grab some context from a repo that you found on GitHub. And then you can simply copy or download this file into your project and start using it. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to try and pull in a repo and use it in a brand new code project. So earlier today, I was searching through GitHub and I found this Go login library. I think it's fairly new. So it's very likely that a lot of LLMs don't really know about it. And if they do, they probably don't know enough about it, and they'll probably hallucinate if you try to ask it to code something. So we're going to go ahead and use the URL method to Git ingest this real quick. All right, we've ingested it, and it's only about 50,000 tokens. So that's good enough to throw into Claude. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and then we'll move on into our terminal. So here in my terminal, I've created a blank demo login directory. So let's go ahead and go mod init this real quick. All right, let's go ahead and create a directory to store our context that we just copied from Git Ingest. I'm going to call it Aider docs, and then I'm going to save this copied context into this file called Go Login. And I think that should be all we need. All right, never mind. I've already copied in a configuration for Aider. I'll show you what that is real quick. So we're going to be using dark mode. Auto commits are off. We're going to use cache prompting or prompt caching. Architect mode, which basically has an architect and an editor model. So rather than having your model called once, it's called the first time to do some planning. And then whatever plan the model comes up with is passed on to the editor to actually edit the code. And this helps improve the code quality, I think, personally. So I like using architect mode when I'm using Aider. We're going to be using Sonnet as our editor model and Sonnet as our architect model as well. And the editor is going to be Helix. Test command is go test. We're not going to use any of those, but that's just what's set in my config right now. I'm going to create a new panel for Aider. Start Aider up. It wants to create a Git repo. Let's go ahead and allow it. So in order to load the context, we need this read-only command. So Aider docs, go login. So then now that's loaded into Aider's context. And let's go ahead and create a prompt to try and one-shot this demo application using the Go Login package. All right, here's my prompt. Create a simple web application that has a profile page which is restricted. In order to access this, a user needs to log in with Google. Use the Go Login package for auth. Pull the client ID and secret from a .env file. So hopefully this understands what I want, and we're going to go ahead and run this. So here the architect is planning everything. If we can look up, if we scroll up a little bit, we can see that it wants to use a Google client ID and secret, so that's good. It's pulled in a bunch of different libraries, including the Go Login library that we wanted it to. It has some endpoints here for login, the callback profile, and logout, and then some simple HTML for the pages. So yeah, pretty simple. Let's go ahead and hit yes so the editor can get to work. So it needs to create the main.go file, which doesn't exist yet. We're going to say yes. We're going to say no to editing the Go mod because I don't trust the AI to edit it correctly, and I'd rather just use the internal Go tools. So let's say no to that. All right, so that looks good. Let's go back to the other panel. I'm going to edit the .env file off screen real quick. So I've edited the .env file, and one last thing, let's go ahead and install those dependencies using go mod tidy. All right, it's pulled everything in, and hopefully if everything's gone well, we can just run this application. Looks like it's running on localhost 8080, so let's go ahead and check that out in our browser. All right, here we are in our browser. Here's our simple app. It has this login with Google link. Let's click it. And it asks me to log in with Google, so I'm just going to pick one of my accounts. It's asking me to confirm. And we've logged in. So we have our profile page and my name with my email address. And then let's go ahead and log out. All right, cool. So that actually worked. And that's it. That's how you can easily pull in context from entire GitHub repos using the Git Ingest tool. If you'd like to see me cover other topics around AI coding and AI coding assistants like Aider, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. If you have any other comments or questions, leave them down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Click that bell notification icon so you can stay up to date whenever I post something new. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.